everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're a new subscriber. As it's the 31st of December today and it's New Year's tomorrow, I figured I better get my whip parade done. I should have done it earlier in the week, but things just took over. I was going to do it yesterday, but I had a migraine yesterday. That was really bad. I went to bed with it. I even went to bed before the kids last night, and that's unusual. So we're just going to get on with my counted cross stitch whip parade. I'm not going to do my stamped kits. I'll do them in a separate video, just because not everyone likes stamped cross stitch kits. That's okay, it's not a problem. I'll do them in a separate one. But anyway, totals and things for this year, because you know people like to keep a track, and I have done. I've had 2 FFOs this year. I've had 2 FOs, which are all either, hang on, what's the other FFO? Oh yeah, one is the Christmas stocking, one is the Ukraine, what do they call them? I can't think of the name of them. Put your pins in them anyway. They've got an unusual name. If I remember the name of it, I'll stick it here, just because, yeah, my memory's not good. So 2 of them I don't have, and 2 of them are actually put up safe. I'll just stick pictures in of them because it means I've got to go rooting. I've had 17 whips that I carried over from last year. Now my new starts have nearly equalled that. I had 16 new starts this year. That's a lot. And then I've even tracked my total number of stitches that I've done this year, but that is only in Pattern Keeper. I have maybe a handful of cross stitches that are paper. So on Pattern Keeper alone, on those, I've done 101,602 stitches this year. That sounds a lot, but I probably could have done more if I'd have pulled my finger out some weeks. You don't always feel like stitching, do you? So anyway, yeah, the finishes I've had are the Ukraine Solidarity, here I go again, the little needle pincushion, Biscornu, there you go, it came to me, that's put away safe. The Friends and Family Mystery Salve for 2020, which probably should have been finished way last year and wasn't. It got finished this year in February. That's up safe as well, but I'll put pictures of these in as I say them. Logan's Christmas stocking, which I finished around the 17th of December. I couldn't actually remember the date, so I guessed it. And then my temperature butterflies, which I finished like half an hour ago, just because I was waiting for the temperature for today. They give it you in the morning, but that tends to change as the day goes on, so I waited. So that is now finished on the 31st. So that's exciting. That's both of them done now. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go through all my counted cross stitch kits. I'll start with the ones that I pulled through from last year, the ones I was stitching last year, and the ones that carried over to this year. Then I'll go through all my new starts at the end of that, and we'll just work through it. Now some of them, for some reason, that should be over there. Yeah, I've tried to organise everything, so if it's not completely organised, I apologise. But I have got a lot of whips. Anyway, some of them I don't have the pictures for. I don't know where my little wallet's gone of my pictures. I'll have to fish that out. But anyway, the first one, it is this one. No, don't do that. Behave. It is the Pixels That Made Us by Pick Stitch. It was a sal, but I came in right at the very end of the sal, as you can tell, because that last final piece of the R was missing. And I got it, I think, a week or so before that last piece came out, so that's that one. Now, give me a second. Kind of got to move everything around. I got to find it as well. So I've got all my paperwork. Honestly, I've got stuff on these because I never zip the bag up. This is where I am. I actually did 6,416 stitches this year, but times that by 2 So there's 12,000. Man, I didn't add 12,000. I only added 6,000 onto the finish. But because I always keep these in the same place, I'll pick a colour on this one, do the whole of the letter A in that colour, then I'll jump over and do the same on this one. So they're both in exactly the same position. This is 18 count plain white Ada. You know me, I'm a sucker for stitching things twice. One for Tyler, one for Riley. So that's that one. And the reason I leave the bag open is just because I've got all those threads and then I've got the 2 cross stitches and I can't zip them up for love nor money. So this is going to be fun. I've just got cross stitches everywhere. I have a whole plastic tub, and I'm not kidding. The tub's about this wide. It's probably actually a bit longer, but it's full, completely full. So the next one I'm going to show you, do you know what, I'll just show it you in there. It's in the Pac-Man bag that I made, that I was so chuffed with. I had to make a large one because this is a big pattern. But anyway, it's World of Disney 4. And this is just the information about it, what it's stitched on, when I started it and stuff. I put one of them. Generally in all the bags, I've noticed with a few of them I haven't. So this one hasn't been touched too much this year. You're going to have to sit beside of me because I don't want to cover my paperwork. Oh, it's there anyway. So this one, I'll show you this side first, just because this is the best of the stitching. So that's where that one, I've actually taken, you can see like patches of green, I've actually taken that patch of green all the way to the other end so I know where it finishes. I think it finishes about there. Is that no, it goes a little bit further just because I've got this thread hanging, so it's almost the other side. Anyway, this year on this I did 2,042 stitches, so I'm actually now at 2.62%. Now that's really low because this is a massive piece. It's as big as my Once Upon a Fairy Tale, which is super size. This is on 25 count Magic Guide, and it's stitched 1/1. I'm not going to get that back in there now, am I? Just because I haven't folded it up the same as what it was when I took it out. You know, I was saying my flash tubes, I'll sort all this out after when the camera's gone off. Yeah, if I do that today, I'm going to be here for hours. Anyway, my finish that I finished today. So I have a project bag to going free now to find another project to put in it. Anyway, it's my temperature butterflies piece. I did actually start this last year, so it was carried over because all I was doing was stitching all the outlines of all 12 butterflies in preparation. But at 24 butterflies because I stitched it twice. Told you, sucker for punishment. Anyway, I'll have to empty that project bag after. So this one you'd already seen. This was the finish last week, I think. No, you haven't seen it finished. I don't think. I can't remember. I know we only did Flosstube a week ago, but I can't remember if you saw it finished or not. I think it was. This is 1977. This is my birth year's temperatures. Stitched on 40 count Silvery Moon 2/2. And it looks awesome finished. It really does. And then the second one, which I finished today, is this year for 2022. All I was waiting for was the last temperature, which goes at the bottom of this side and that side. They're both the 31st, just because it's an odd number for the month. So that's what it looks like. This is on 36 count Platinum 2/2. So they're 2 finishes. I'll empty that in a bit because I've got to take it out of there and put a new project in it. Hang on, what did I do with those? Did I even put it on? Do you know what? I didn't even write it on. I don't know how many stitches that was. This next one I'm going to restart, and it's the only reason I've barely touched it this year. It is this one. It is The Merry Princess by Hannah Disney. And it was a freebie on Heaven and Earth Designs. It probably still is. It's been there a while. this one, let me find it. I've only done like 88 stitches. It was at that point I decided I'm going to restart it just because I don't like this fabric. I do have threads hanging that one of them Ellie left. This is where I got to. This is on 27 count. I really don't like it. 25 is probably my limit if I'm doing 1/1. This is 1/1 27 count. So I'm going to buy a piece of 18 count, maybe 20, I'm not sure. And I'm going to restart this one just because I don't like the fabric and it's put me off doing it. So yeah. Oh, the thread. So that will be a new start when I get the fabric. Let me just put that in there. Right, the next one. I'll sort them out as I go, I think. It is. My piece of paper's got shoved in the bag. It's my Disney Villains piece by Zana Cross Stitch on Etsy. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. I know a couple of people are stitching this now. One of them's way, way in front of me. And one's just starting. And if they enjoy it as much as I have, it'll be awesome. So let me just... This is on 25 count Magic Guide as well. Now I see why I stuffed it. There's too many threads. There are a lot of colours in this one. Disney Villains. I've done 6,944 stitches this year. And it looks awesome. I love that red around Cruella. The only thing I'm struggling with is there are a lot of light colours around, like the Dalmatian and in the corner and stuff. It can be taxing on the eyes, but I don't mind. It's worth it because it looks awesome. So I'm now at 6.78%. I was at 4, just over 4% when I brought it into this year. Oh my goodness. Honestly, told you I'm not very well planned out. What's this one? Okay, Avengers. It is Avengers Endgame by Tilton Crafts and charted. No, the artwork's by Ced Richter and charted by Tilton Crafts. I haven't touched this one at all this year, but I'll show you where it is anyway. That's quite sad actually that I haven't touched this year. I thought I had, but apparently not. I know there's a colour I'm missing, and I think it's up here somewhere that I need it for, so that'll be why I haven't really touched it this year, but all the way down to there. And you can see Iron Man's face coming in there. This is on 18 count plain white Ada, 2/1. I can actually see through this fabric, so I can tell what you can see. Oh look, just fits in. So I must get the colour I'm missing and see to that, because that needs working on. It's sad when you've got a whip that doesn't get touched. It's a shame. Okay. Oops. That's it. That's that one. Okay, and the next one. Moving right along. We have Pandemic, which has come over from 2020. Been on this a while. But that's okay. I am actually making good progress. I have been this year anyway. So this year on Pandemic, 9,750 stitches. And this is where we are at. Looking good. I'm at Pandemic 37.99%. So making some headway, because I was only lost it again, 25.37% beginning of the year. So it should be further really. I do like this piece, and I do, when I get it out, I do make some good progress. So Okay, the next one is my roses and lace piece. Don't fall. I think that's on the other side. It is this piece, which I was doing as sort of a memory piece of my mum. And I didn't change them. She charted them for pink, red or yellow, so I went with the yellow. So, whoops. Pulling everything out the bags except what I want to. This is where we are at. Let me just try and get so you can see. There you go. Because it's already dark outside, so I've left this a bit late really. Roses and lace. I did 4,421 stitches on this year, and that was hard going. This is on 40 count, 1/2. And let's pull it in a little. You can see like the detail. Yeah, this is 40 count pearl grey, which was kindly sent to me by Lee Stitch. She's a Flosstuber as well. Let me just... I'm trying to put them back in the tub as I take them out. This one I don't have a stitch count for because it's a paper chart. Because I bought it from, not Lovecraft, what's the other one? Lakeside Needlecraft, I think I bought this one from. And it helps if I show you where it is. It is this one, Alexandrite by Carolyn Manning Designs. Oh yeah, I'm correct. I just had to look. The blues and the purples in this are just gorgeous. There is a tint of green in there as well, but I don't think this picture really picks it up. So, I don't know how many stitches I've done this year. But, yes, that is the right way. Not doing bad. But then blends of colours, I just love. It looks better on here than it does on the paperwork. This is on 18 count 2/1. Love that design. Hence why I bought another one of her designs. This next one, I need the, hold on. I know where it is. I don't want to pull everything out with it. This one is my one and only Mirabilia. I will do another one of these. I do love it when I get it out. This again is a paper chart, so as you know with all Mirabilias, it is Athena, Goddess of Wisdom. It is a Nora Corbett. This is one I'm going to try and get some work really done on this year. I'll get this the right way. That's it. This, okay, is where we are at. I think I've got it all in camera. It's just that, yeah, I have. This is on 32 count raw Belfast linen, 2/2. The colours are lovely. It's just so confetti in places, but I'm enjoying that one as well. I have to be in the mood for that though, because of all the colour changes and stuff. No, other side. So that's that one. This is funny, kind of going back in. Once you pull them out, you kind of messed up the whole pile. Okay, so the next one. It is this Felicia. Hannah Disney design again, charted by Heaven and Earth. This one, I don't think I've touched this year. I'll just check. Nope, haven't touched it this year. So naughty. But if you're just not feeling a project and you don't feel like working on it, there's not much you can do about that, is there? You just don't end up working on it. Anyway, I did leave a thread attached, which means I planned on coming back to it. Anyway, this is where we were at. Oh, I remember now, I was doing her tail, because her tail goes up there. This is on 25 count 1/1 fold cross. And I think the thing at the time that was really annoying me was like there's so many different colour changes in her hair, which is why I jumped over to her tail. But it's gridded. You can see how big the whole thing's going to be. I've drawn out the grids for the whole thing, so it's not a big one. So there's no excuse really, is there, to not have touched it this year. Although with 16 new starts and 17 already brought over from the last year, I suppose, you know, no, that's going to fall. This isn't for me. Well, it is. And it's all my own fault. Totally my fault. The next one is my Monsters. Artwork by Daniel Kordek. Charted by Tilton Crafts. This so takes me back, and that's why I brought it. This was a 2021 birthday start, if I remember correctly. Paperwork's there. Oh no, 30th of November 2020. But in my defence there, I did restart it because I didn't like the fabric it was on in the first place. So, the Monsters. Let me find it. I did 3,116 stitches this year. Well, I don't know when I restarted. I think it was just at the end of last year. Yeah, but I was enjoying getting Herman Munster's head in there. It just looks awesome, doesn't it? This is also 25 count magic guide. I do like my 25 count. It's 1/1 full cross. And again, it's not a massive piece. I think I've charted the whole thing ready. It's not huge, so it shouldn't take me too long if I focus on it. I've got a lot to focus on though, to be fair, haven't I? And I am already in my pyjamas because Ellie and I had papers to do this morning. Well, her papers. I always go with her to do her papers. But one of the other ladies that does the papers, she's in her 60s, I think. She didn't show up this morning, so me and Ellie had 2 rounds to do. I knew that was going to fall. But the problem being, it was chucking it down this morning. We got drenched. And I'm not even kidding. Drenched. So when I got home, it was in, shower, pyjamas. So anyway, the next one that is carried over from last year is my Long Dog Samplers. Well, it's carried over from last year, but it's going to be carried, isn't it? Yeah, carried over from last year, and it's going to be carried over again. Long Dog Samplers, Castles in the Air. This one is stitched on 28 count opal linen in the colour Iced Grapes from Under the Sea Fabrics. Again, Liesl sent this to me from Lee Stitch. And this year, Castles in the Air, I've done 6,119. This is where I'm at. Ellie, do me a favour, please. One of my bags, my project bags has flown over the end. Ursula, I think it is. Anyway, so that's where we are. I've done all the back stitch on this side just because I wanted to do it as I went, but didn't do it on this side because I just couldn't be bothered. I will go back and do it at some point, but if you remember, I had to unpick the 2 things that were here because they were Julia, is it Julia, who's the designer? It was her initials and I never realised it's after I stitched it, and I was over here, so I had to unpick them and put my own initials in. But I think it looks fabulous, and let me show you the thread, just in case you're new. I bought, throwing threads around. I bought this from KLT Charting. It's a hand-dyed thread called Galactic Quest, and there's a lot of sort of pinks, blues, a bit of purpley in there, and it just looks fabulous on here. I can't wait to finish this one. I've told you how many I did this year, haven't I? So I'm not going to repeat myself twice. Okay, so that's that one. I'm not even halfway through my box. I don't think, anyway. I'm going to have some fun later trying to squeeze them all back in. It'll be okay. Where did I put them others? Or have they just fallen in there? I think they have. Yeah, I put them there, that's why. Let me just... I'm going to do a readjust. If I knock you, I'm sorry. You're on my stand right in front of me, so... Don't fall. Let's move them up. Have I done... Yeah, okay. Now I'm with it. And the next one. This one was also a restart. Again, I didn't like the fabric. When did I restart it? The 4th of July last year. It is this one. It's Quick Stitch Pale Rose by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, charted by Haid. It's only a quick stitch, so it's really small, but I was doing it on 22 count, was it 1/1? No, 2/1 10th stitch, and I didn't like it. The coverage was just not for me. So, the amount I did, none this year, but I did do 656 in total. No, I can't remember which way around this goes. Yeah, I can, it's that way. 25 count, easy count, 1/1 full cross. Didn't do a lot last year and done none this year. And it's only a quick stitch. I mean, come on, look how small my piece of fabric is. You know, that's upside down. And back to front. That one. I want to figure out where I am. There. I apologise if I have to keep leaning over here. I'm trying to get through these as quick as I can. 26 minutes already. Crikey. The next one is this. It is Mini Virus Detected by Randall Spangler. Charted by Haid. Excuse me. Got a bit of indigestion, I think. This year, have I touched it? No. But in total, I think it's because I made a mistake and it's sort of put me off, but I will get back to it. But in total, I've done 3,799 stitches, and I can see you through there, so I can see what you can see. So yeah, there was some mistake up here in like the bookshelf, and it really put me off. But I will get back to it. Again, 25 count magic guide, 1/1 full cross. If I repeat myself, I apologise. Okay, that one's next. Okay, no, not yet. I was going to go on to my others, but they're new starts. So, tablet. I've got 1, 2 others to share with you first. And I need my pattern keeper for that, just because I don't know where my sorry, I've got itchy nose. I don't know where my Polly Pocket with all the pictures in's gone. I'm going to find it, no, I'm going to find it later, and I'm going to, I say put it up safe. My safe place is so safe, even I can't find it half the time. So I'm not going to put it in a safe place, because that'll just be pointless. Anyway, the next one is this one. It is Mini All Cats Go to Heaven. This is the one I'm stitching for my bestie Kelly. Artwork by Jim Warren, charted by Haid. I love Haid's. Not sure I love the confetti stitch quite so much, but I like how it looks when I've done it. Anyway, this one will surprise you, because it surprised me. Because what I've got like my own bit of paperwork drawn out that tells me how many stitches I'd already done going into this year, and how many stitches I've done till today, which is going to go into next year now. And the amount I did this year on this is just phenomenal. Let me just find it. All Cats Go to Heaven. This year I've done 29,928 stitches on this. I can hear the silence from here. You're as shocked as I am. But anyway, this is where we are at now. And I need to pull this one out. I need to crack on now, because I've nearly finished that top row. And then I'll just go back to I might go back to doing my diagonals. I have enjoyed it on this, although I haven't on one of my other pieces, but I might. This is 25 count cream, 1/1 full cross, and this one is all in CXC threads only. I have got some others that are, but this is like one of the first ones, apart from her Animal Kingdom one that I did. That was all CXC. That was the first one I did. This was the second. I have got a couple that are all CXC though. And to be honest, I haven't had an issue with any of them. And it keeps my costs down. Whatever helps. So the next one, go backwards, is this one. My longest running one. It's probably going to take me another 20 years to finish because I've barely touched this year. It is my supersized Once Upon a Fairy Tale by Amy Stewart, charted by Haid. This is not the max colour version. I don't know if I could ever do a max colour. And I am so in awe of anyone who does max colour ones because they are so confetti heavy and the amount of colours they have is phenomenal. Although I like how they look as a max colour when they've like done a section. I mean, this section up here, Linda from Linda's 144 Hobbies, she's doing the max colour, and the detail on her owl in this corner and stuff is way better than mine. Although mine is nice, it's not as good as hers. The detail is just that bit crisper with hers. Anyway, this is on 25 count, 1/1 full cross. Where are we? Oh, it's not too bad. I didn't notice when I wrote it. 13,740 stitches on this year, and this is the end. So I got to the end, and then I dropped, and I'm now carrying on. But since, even though I've not had it out, I have thought about it. What I'm going to do is complete the shelf rather than a row of pages, because it doesn't quite do a shelf. I'm going to work down a little bit lower and find out where the shelf is, and I'm going to work to the shelf, go all the way across, and then I'm going to work back again to the next shelf. But this, let me just lean this way, that's the beginning. And if you see that owl right there, on Linda's it's so much clearer and it looks just amazing. I'm going to work across, try anyway, and not take it out of frame. Oh, I can see now. So you can see it all. It is humongous. You know, it is 999 wide because it is a super size, and it is 714 stitches high. So it's going to be humongous. This is going to be the same size as my World of Disney one for World of Disney 4. So these two are going to take me ages. But this one is going to be, along with Kelly's, a focus this year. I need to get a move on because I'm only getting older, you know. I need to get these things done. Let me just pop that back in there. Oh, the paperwork for that was in there. I could have showed you that instead. Never mind. Moving right along. I think that's it for the whips that I'm carrying over. I'm just checking. Yeah, so any from here now are new starts. I've got 16 of them. So, I'm probably going to need Pattern Keeper again. Let me do this one first. This one was one sent to me for review from Everyday E-Deals. It's not a stamped kit. It is a counted, hence why it's in with my counted cross stitches. And it is this one, Moon Elf Girl or something it's called. So pretty. I love the blues and purples in that. The reason I did my own picture, I printed it offline, is because the picture they sent did no justice whatsoever. I haven't done a major amount. This is 14 count, 2/1. And it's not got far, but it's okay. Another one I need to pull back out, and I don't do many on 14 count. Mind you, a lot of my kits sent for review are either 11 or 14, so yeah, not a massive amount, but that was only started. I don't think I have my sheet in here with it. No, like I said, some I've forgotten to put a sheet in with them. So that's one. Early up. This one was a new start in May for my Stitch Mayhem. I think people changed it, didn't they? And I haven't touched this one since, weirdly. It is my Follow the Yellow Brick Road by Little Dove Designs. It is a UK company. but I fell in love with this and I got everyone else to choose my new starts for me. So we did it by votes. This is stitched on, I need to get that out because I don't remember, 32 count Belfast linen, so it's 2/2 I'm assuming. And I tea dyed this myself, yes it is. I didn't do much, and it's a paper chart, so I don't know how many stitches. Let's turn it that way to the light. I really need to pull this one out, I've barely touched it. And it looks so lovely on this fabric. This fabric was so dark at one point. I had to kind of use a tiny amount of bleach and a bit of water to lighten it, and it worked, so that's that one. Let's put that back in before I lose it. Put that on there. This one was also a new start for Stitch Mania, and I haven't done a lot on this one either. It is my Mickey's Coffee. If I'm correct, this is Anna Cross Stitch as well. I quite like her designs on Etsy. It doesn't say. But anyway, in Mickey's Coffee. I got this one really cheap. She offered me, you know when you heart something on Etsy and sometimes you'll get like an offer from the seller. They'll say, okay, we'll give you 10 or 15% off this. That's what happened. I put it in my heart and I got a message saying she'd reduced it. I think it's something like 79p or 89p I paid for it in the end. Really, really good. Okay, this is stitched on 25 count cream even weave. And this year, find it. Oh, it's not on there, is it? It's on my new starts, and I don't think I've noted the stitch counts on them. Do you know what? No, I didn't. I'm going to have to open Pattern Key because some of these I don't know. Go back. Mickey's Coffee, where are you? I have done only 961 stitches, and I left one of the threads hanging on it. But I kind of started the corner, did the black, and then I started on some of these gorgeous golden coffee browns and stuff, and then I jumped across. I just wanted to see the words. So yeah, I ended up just jumping across to do the letters. Give you something to look at when stitching. Okay, that's that one. This, I'm sure, yeah, this was a new start for Stitch Mayhem as well. It is stitched on 18 count, easy count, and it is this one. Another Carolyn Manning, because I like the first one so much. It's called Shooting Star, and it's part of her Shooting Star collection. But the colours on this were just so vibrant, I loved it. They're actually more vibrant than they are on the piece of paper. Which way? Yeah, that way. It's that way. Let me just turn it to the light a little. So vibrant. I love these colours. The only thing that really bugs me is that they don't look filled, but they are. They're meant to be white. But it's okay. When it's all filled in, it'll look better. I need to put the colour one in there. We're doing alright so far. Hang on. Is that one? Yeah, it is. That one I've done 2,315 stitches this year, since May. We're getting there, we're getting there. Then there's this one. Oh no, don't rip. It's stitched on 20 count Zweigart easy count, and it is this one, Mini Magic, is it Mini Magic Study Rainbow version. Artwork by Rose Kahn, charted by Haid. The colours in this were just, oh my goodness. Even Paula did the same. We're stitching this one together, as well as a few others. The Gamer one we're stitching together. This one, Rose, the Snow White, why did I say Rose? Snow White, Take a Bite or something like that. We're doing that one together, a Mandy Manzano piece. I know there's probably another one that I'm forgetting, but oh well. This is where we're at with this one. This year, let me just find it, I have done 3,035 stitches, which is all of that because it's a new start. I'm looking at it now thinking I really need to get this one out. I love this piece. But it's good. I will get round to them all eventually, you know. My aim next year is to at least touch each one once. At least. Because otherwise I'm not going to make any headway on some of them. So, and this one is stored in my my donut bag. Yeah, the one I sewed upside down. Because I'm smart like that, you know. It was one of the first bags I made. So this whole thing, you sew these all together and then you sew them to the bag. I should have turned it the other way up and I didn't. But yeah, it's my pink donut. And it's got the sprinkles inside. Let me just show you my sprinkles. Like donut sprinkles. Anyway, that's that one. Don't move. Which one am I on now? My next one. This one's a paper chart, so I don't have stitch counts. Wake up, woman. I think I'm on the Day Fairy. Yeah, I am. I'm on this one, the Day Fairy. I've got the booklet which has them both, Day and Night Fairy, but I'm only stitching this one at the moment. I'm stitching this with, oh my goodness, Dee Dee's Crafts. Sorry, Dee Dee, my brain, it's just gone to mush today. She's stitching this one as well, and I haven't touched this one in a little while. I don't actually remember the last time I touched it, but, so yeah, this is a paper chart, it's a book. Where's my paper? Tell me I'll put one in here of what it's stitched on. Knowing me, probably not. I need to sort that out. I am so bad. I think it's 28 count, you know. 28 count. I stitched it on whatever they recommended it was stitched on. So, let me take a look. Let's find the middle pages because that's where all the details are. Day Fairy. 28 count antique white, so it's 2/2, and this is where we are at. Not a massive amount, but these are lots of blues and they just get lighter and lighter as they go inward, and I got annoyed with it, so I dropped down and started her wing. But it looks good, really good, and I enjoy it when I'm working on it. I just think I've got that many now. Some kind of just get forgotten in the box. So that's that one. Okay, right. I've lost Ursula. Where did Ursula go? Oh yeah, they're down there. That's okay, I can start putting them back in now because I've got to the end of there. Yeah, we'll sort it out after. Anyway, I'll show you this one just because I'm going to stop this one. And it is this one. Oh my goodness. See, I've got that many projects in there, they get crushed. It is my mum. Taken just a few months before she passed away, I think. But I don't like how it's showing up on the fabric. Did I even... No. Oh yeah. This is it so far. This is the top of my mum's head. Okay? Now I know it looks pretty dark on there. You know, it is quite, because I started this corner and worked over. But I also, it's taken me ages to kind of get used to this, because the camera that took the photo at the time, it made her forehead seem really light, like there was light glowing off it and on her cheek here. And in the pattern, it's really, really light, and I'm not sure I like it. So, I have a whole book of photos of my mum now, because my brother and his wife did, they got photos of like all of us we've all got our own photos of my mum is what I'm trying to say. So what he did is he asked everyone for copies of theirs and then ordered reprints like ×3, one for him, one for me and one for my sister, and he put an album together for all of us. So I've got other pictures of my mum now, so I'm thinking I might do a different one. I found a nice one, but it's quite a dark picture. I don't think it was taken in a very light room at the time. And bearing in mind my mum was born in 1953, so the photo would have been about 1969, maybe. And like lights on cameras and that just weren't what they are now, so it's quite a dark photo, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. If you know of anyone that can take a photo, even if it's slightly dark, and turn it into a decent cross stitch that's not so dark, let me know, because I really want to change the picture, I think. Not that I don't like that picture of my mum. I love that picture of my mum. She was smiling. But I want to do a different one, I think. Anyway, this is my next one. It is a Mandy Manzano piece charted by Haid. It's called Make a Wish and Take a Bite. That's what it's called. Make a Wish and Take a Bite. And this is one I'm stitching with Paula too. And I started, let me think, this corner. It's because the camera's like the opposite way. We started in this corner. I think she did as well, oddly enough, but we never discussed that. It just turned out that she did the same. If it's not on this piece, it's on one of the others. I know we did. We did discuss it afterwards. Anyway, I've still got a thread hanging just because I put it away in a bit of a rush. Yeah, that's the right way. I had to think about it. That's where we're at. And then I'll try and hold that up straight while I look at my stitch count. That's better. Let's find it. Where's that gone? Oh, it's right there in front of my face. Come on. No. I've done 6,692 stitches on this. Yeah. That just, there seems way more than that on there, doesn't there? There isn't. I am correct. And I'm at 1.82%. Yeah. But it looks gorgeous, doesn't it? The browns and very autumn colours. 25 count this is, by the way. 1/1 full cross. And I probably don't have a sheet in this one either. I've got a few. I think I just started that many. I gave up trying to fill out all the paperwork for them all. So I must get round to doing that at some point, just because it's easier than to try and go and find it somewhere else. So that's that one. Then I have this one. I'm down to the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm down to the last 5. This is another counted one. It is a stock-in from newcraftday.com. And because it's not stamped, it's in my normal thingies. Yeah. That's where I'm at. And again, it's a paper chart, so I don't know how many stitches. I was going to say, it looked like I'd missed a stitch right there, but I have stitched it. It's meant to be that colour. It's like a little star kind of in the distance thing. But that's where I'm at. 14 count, 2/1. I need to get a move on with that one as well, because I'm going to give that one to Courtney, I think. Which is my son's girlfriend and the mother of my grandson. Okay, so the next one. I might as well just show you it in the packet. This is from onedaysaving.com, and it is the lovely fox. So cute. I saw this on Dee Dee's channel and I fell in love with it, so it was sent to me for review. I haven't touched this in a few weeks now, but that's where I am. And there's a lot of backstitch on this because it's like all his little bits of fur around his, oh, excuse me, all his bits of fur sticking up around his ears and his head and his body and stuff. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of backstitch on that. This is 14 count, 2/1, and just everything that came in the kit. But he looks absolutely gorgeous. that one. Wish me luck putting all these away in a bit. Oh, hang on, did I miss what? Yeah. Now I've got 4. I had 5. I wasn't looking properly. I can't show you. Oh, I can. I've got the sheet. This was a mystery sale I started in January by... Is that upside down? Yeah, it is. This is 1 Point Mind. The only bit that's missing is this bottom section here, which is December's. But I am still up here anyway, in this section right here. You know, I've got a bit of catching up to do. This back stitch here and here put me off for a little while, so I think that's why I ended up falling so far behind. But the sale's called Be Beautiful, and it's by 1 Point Mind. It is designed by A.S. Galbraith for the 1 Point Mind site. This is on 18 count 2/1, and I'm in love with the purples and the lilacs I chose, because they charted it in blue, and obviously you could change it if you didn't like it in that, so I did. And I can't tell you how many stitches, because each section I have to re-upload into Pattern Keeper. So when I upload this section from section 2, I've then only got the stitch count for that one, and then I have to delete the one previous, and then when I've done this one I delete that one and I have to upload this one. So I don't know my stitch count, if I'm honest, but it looks good. I am enjoying it. Just not that back stitch. Them birds are really putting me off. I know I've got to go back and do them because they look amazing, they do, but it's just me and back stitch, we're not friends. Give me French knots any day of the week. Okay, so the next one. Oh yeah, this one was I'm stitching with Paula as well. It is Flowers Feed the Soul sampler. And off the top of my head, I'm not sure where it's from. So if you want to know, you'll have to leave a comment and I will go and find out. This is stitched in, this was my first ever time using sulky threads. If you've watched me before, you'll know. But it is this one. It's called Iris. So there's a lot of blue, purple, lilacs, pinks in there. It's very similar to my Castles in the Air one. But this is where I'm at. Let me find out how many I've done on this one as well. 2,441 I've done on this year, since I started, and that's good. I swear these are so nice to work with, so much so I've got some more of other colours, and I think I am going to build myself a little collection of sulkies for samplers just like this, because this is a dream to work with. It doesn't really knot really, and if it does, they're easy to get undone. I don't know if that is because of the strand itself, or just I'm being more cautious, but less problems with it. This is stitched on, good question, and I don't, oh it is in there, I remember to do this one, 22 count antique white hardanger. I love hardanger too, it's really nice to stitch on. So that's that one. 2 more. I'm glad I said I'd do my stamped cross stitches separately, because otherwise I'd just be here all day. So this next one, it is, where'd you go? It's 2. Where's my, or have I put them both at the front? I did. So it is a combination, this one. I started this one first. It was a kit sent to me for review. It wasn't a stamped kit, it was counted, and it's a silhouette aerial. Then I found this and charted it, and I restarted aerial because I bought a piece of 18 count Ada. I decided to put them both on the same piece, Villain and Princess. It just made sense. So let's slide back in there. This one, I'm not sure about aerial because aerial's on a separate, it's paper. But I know how much I've done on Ursula. And Ursula, I've done 4,368 stitches. Hurry up. Yep, that's it. And that's her so far. There is a lot of black. So I started working the black down in here just because it added a bit of detail to her hair and stuff. Ariel, you won't see very much of because it's all white stitches. You can just see them all through it there. And I've restarted the black up there. So then eventually, like, they will be both on the same piece. And I love how that looks. I love how Ursula looks as a silhouette. Oh no, my paper's got bent. Doesn't surprise me. And then my last one. This is my most recent start. This was my birthday start, I think, this year, 30th of November. I think. I'm pretty certain of it. I wasn't going to do one, but I changed my mind. I bought this from Artisy, Misty Mood 2. It is a Leonid Afromov design. And I absolutely love his artwork. So colourful. And it looks so much like it's just raining. Like the glare on the pavement and stuff from the lights. I've wanted one for ages. And I've got 3 now. This is the biggest one of the 3. The other 2 are minis, if I'm correct. They're away somewhere. I did say I was going to do no new starts this year coming. But I'm already itching to start his other 2. I know. I can't help it. It's all these new designs. They look nice, don't they? Anyway, this one, I've done 1,514 stitches on it so far. And that's where I am at. Let me turn you to the light. You can just see the greens in there. This is 25 count. Good question. I think it's even weave. 1/1 4 cross. And I've still got a thread hanging. Just because I hadn't drawn any more squares, so I only went into this square right here and just outside it. I need to draw some more, but it was in my Q snap and I didn't want to take it out. So that's that one. So, that was fun. That was crazy. I've got that one there actually that I haven't... Do you know what? I'm going to share that one with you as well, just because it is a counted one, even though it is 11 count. And it's that one, the one I said I'd do for Riley. He liked it, but I said I'd stitch it because he takes forever. And obviously it's Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian's hat. Love the colours in the background. Oh no, I've got to pull all the threads out just to get it out, because they're all tucked up inside the fabric. Okay. So it is 11 count, so it's 3 strands over 1. And that's where I'm at. I haven't touched it since I last showed it in my last Flosstube. But I did jump over and start Yoda. You can see his eyes and where his mouth and nose would be. So that's it. That is all of my counted cross stitch kits. I'll try and get it back in there. Yep, there we go. So plans for these next year. Well, plans for a start. No new starts. We'll see how long that lasts. Because I have got like, hang on, 16 and 17 is 33. 33 projects. 34 if you count that one. Because I haven't counted that one on here. Yeah, we'll see how far that gets into 2023, because there's just so many I want to start. I've got charts and stuff. And I'm in love with some, you know. It just is what it is. Anyway, plans for them next year. I'm going to make my Once Upon a Fairy Tale a priority because it is so big. That'll also go for my World of Disney, this one as well. Just because this one and the Once Upon a Fairy Tale are so big. I mean, let me look. The design area on this one will be about the same because they're both the same size. Design area, 25 count. 39.3 inches wide by 28.4 inches high. They're both going to be around that size and it's going to take me ages. So don't drop it. This one and my fairy tale are going to be priorities, as well as Kelly's, because it's only a mini Kelly's, so I should be able to kind of knock that out. I mean, I've done 29,000 stitches on it this year. Come on. I can do that again. I could probably double that actually, because there's been weeks where I haven't touched it at all. So those three are going to be priorities. I need to get them done. Then there's going to be two that I restart, the one of my mum and the Merry Princess, just because I don't like the fabric it's on. So I've got two new. Can you count them as new starts? Because I've started them, I'm just changing them. They're already in my whip list, so I'm not going to count them as new starts. Restarts, that's what they're going to be, restarts. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. My next Flosstube Extra Whip Parade is going to be my stamped cross-stitch kits, which also fill another tub exactly the same size as the one that all those 30 odd projects just came out of and went back in. Well, will be. I might divide that one into two because I've also got some of those outside that tub because they don't fit in. We'll see. But I haven't really touched my stamped kits in a few days, so it's not going to matter if I don't get it done by tomorrow for the new year. So, we'll see. So thanks guys for stopping in with me. It's been an hour and checking all my whips out with me. It's been fun to see how much I've done actually and count the stitches. There was something I was going to say. I've just forgotten it already. Whoosh. Anyway, thanks for checking all these out with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, and if you stuck it out till the end, please give it a big thumbs up and just give me a thumbs up emoji to let me know you watched it all. If you did, well done to you, because that was an hour, long hour. It is New Year's Eve today, so have a wonderful New Year, but be safe, take care, and I will see you. It'll probably be, I'm not going to do the video tonight, so it will be in the new year. So take care, happy New Year guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.